Hi, I'm Steve Couch. Welcome to XMPie, the leader in software for personalized or one-to-one cross-media marketing. In this presentation, we'll look at creating image font or picture font effects using fantastic new features introduced in version 5 of XMPie uImage. If you're not already familiar with uImage, this is an application which can programmatically control Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator to create personalized images that can later be used for print, web, or email marketing campaigns. uImage can personalize a Photoshop template in either of two ways. Firstly, we can push text from a database into a font layer in the Photoshop template. We use the greater than and less than brackets to control where the content will go. I'll just type my name for an example. Then, if necessary, we can run action scripts to convert the text to bitmap and make it look more natural in the image. With a little thought and creativity, it's very easy to create many attention-grabbing effects with this simple font technique. The images shown here use this standard font-based technique. Customers who don't have in-house graphic designers might also be interested to know these particular images are also available to purchase from XMPie Marketplace. The second way we can work with uImage is by using what we call image fonts. And that's what we're going to take a closer look at in this presentation. You can see from these samples that image fonts can really allow your creativity to go wild, with many effects which could not possibly be achieved with the normal font effect. The steps required to create an image font effect are: create the individual letter images, create the background Photoshop file and position the smart object or containers which will hold the letters, package up the Photoshop template and letter images, and lastly, create the uImage Adore object in uDirect, uCreatePrint, or in uPlan. So let's get started. For this exercise, I'm going to create a ransom note effect. So I've taken some clippings from newspapers and used a digital camera to photograph the letters in a couple of groups. In Photoshop, I can crop out each letter, make the backgrounds transparent, but leave some shadow so the letter will still look like it's pasted onto the background. Save each letter with the name of that letter, and repeat the process for other letters. Of course, you can do effects with both upper and lowercase letters, or include some special punctuation characters. For example, in my sample data, the second recipient has a hyphenated name. To create letter images for uppercase letters, or for these extra characters, we need to save the letter image and name it with the Unicode value of that character. So how do we find the Unicode value for a particular character? Well, you can search the internet for a Unicode character table, or you can use a trick which is built into both Macintosh and Windows operating systems. On a Windows computer, open any Microsoft Office application, or even Microsoft Write, and type the letter that you want to find the Unicode value for. Then just hold the Alt key and type the letter X. In this case, the dash or the minus sign becomes 2D. Unicode values are 4 digits long, so the actual Unicode value for the hyphen is 002D. Okay, now we will create the background image by simply placing the letter images and positioning them how we want. You can position, scale, rotate, and even add layer effects if necessary. While it doesn't matter which letter you place in the template, it is important to place each letter individually. Don't copy and paste the first one that you place into Photoshop. In the Layer palette, you will see this little icon which indicates the layer is a smart object. We need to rename the layer so that uImage can replace the image in that layer. Again, we do this with the greater than and less than characters. I'm going to name my smart objects starting with the letter L and the number corresponding to the letter position. Now the template is done, we can save it and create the XMPie document package. Select File, Automate, Export XMPie DPKG. First, we're asked the name and location to save the document package. Now with version 5, we have much more control at this point to determine how the template will be used by uImage. Firstly, we will specify the template type. In this case, we need to select Image Font. Then we are able to select one of two options for the personalized text. Choosing first and last name will enable us to put two database fields into the template. This option will automatically create the scripts necessary to determine if the length of the two fields will fit in the template, and will select just the first name if the full name is too long, and just the recipient's first and last initials if the first name is too long. In this example, I just want to put the first name, so I'll choose Custom, which enables me to put just one database field into the template. Next to personalized text is the alignment selector. I'll leave this as left aligned. The tag prefix is used to tell uImage how you have named the individual smart object layers. In this example, we used L1 for the first smart object, so the prefix is L, and the number of smart object placeholders is 7. Next, we select the folder containing the individual letter images that we created earlier. The dialog also enables you to select and add to the package a Photoshop action or script. In this case, it is not required. The Pack Actions option is grayed out since it's only used with a regular template type. The Include Optimization information is used to create more optimized uImage output. There is a separate video which talks more about this feature. In this case, there is no path in the Photoshop file that can be used for uImage optimization, so we see this warning message. At the bottom of the dialog is some additional information. This lists the tags in the Photoshop template that are available for uImage to replace. The icon is showing as graphic, so this is telling us that they are smart objects where image can be replaced. rather than as a text icon, which would appear for text layers. And in this case, the export will not package any fonts since we are not using any text layers. Now we are done with Photoshop, we can move on to InDesign and work with uDirect or uCreatePrint. I'll create a new document and draw a nice big graphic box to place our image in. On the uDirect palette, select to link to our data file. It's comma delimited. OK. OK. Right-click to create a new content object. Give it a name. The type will be a graphic. And turn on extended functions. Now we can select the uImage photo from the drop-down list. In the past we had only one button here called Configure. That option has been renamed to Template, so you can still work with uImage the old-fashioned way. For this demo though, we want to connect to the package we created. Browse to select the document package we created in Photoshop. Select the field from the database that we want to push into the template. We can also select the required output format, destination, and file name format, but for this example the defaults are fine. Okay, now we can use the direct selection tool or black arrow, select the graphic box, and double-click the new graphic door. And here's our ransom note for the first recipient, Jane. Scroll on to the next recipient, and here is the image for Joanne. It's important to note that the package files are completely transportable. If you are used to working with uImage from uPlan, then the same package file can be used from uPlan as well. Again, you can use either the older template method or the new package method with uPlan. And when you upload the Photoshop document package to a uProduce server, you don't need to worry about changing the paths to the template file or to the letter images like we used to. So in summary, we created the letter images with transparent backgrounds, created the template file and placed positional smart objects, renamed the layers, and created a document package from Photoshop. Then used uDirect to create the uImage call and place the image into the page layout. If you would like to play with the sample template and letter images I've created, you can download them from this location. Also, I recommend you check out the XMPie Marketplace, even if only to get some creative ideas for your own projects. That's it for this presentation. Thanks for your time and good luck with your uImage projects.